Stop AFK fishing all day at Velia Beach or Tigress Island and start active fishing where you can make more silver in less time. Welcome back to the only life scaling channel that still pretends to actively play Black Desert in 2025. My name's Teddy, and with being asked about active fishing more and more, today I'll be showing you how I've been active fishing on my search for those prize grade fish for titles and billions if lucky. So, if you enjoy killing everything about fishing like I do, be sure to leave a like and let me know if you only fish for the money or if you enjoy fishing for those titles. Without wasting any more time, let's just jump into this short active fishing guide to make billions in Black Desert Online. Before you can get started with how I fish these days, you first have to get familiar with the fish tables and how to find them. One of the best ways to go about finding these spots is with a fish map like BDolytics, for example. In here allows you to search for, say, the yellow corvina to show where to start fishing, but not all those areas are the same. Taking a look at the map, the best areas are going to either have both the yellow corvina and the bluebat star, or both and the football fish. Some areas have the yellow corvina at a 30% catch chance and the bluebat star gets a 10% but won't have the football fish. When it is included, we'll drop the corvina down to 7%, the bluebat star to 10%, and the football fish gets a low 3%. Some of these areas come with other prize grade fish included in the table as an added bonus, but with how low the chances of catching these fish can be, the focus will be just on the original 3 prize grade fish. Now we have to get our fishing gear, but to save time on explaining everything, any gear can be used from the lower logia to the best in slot Manos and Prion, which is what I'm using. I use the Blacksmith's Blessing Lightstone combo in 2 fishing mastery artifacts to complement my Grandpa Kron's rod or the triple float rod, the Azure Dragon with the auto fishing and durability with other durability pets, and you can't forget the little Otter's fishing carrier. As for the crystal preset, I like to go with full vital and 2 energy crystals. If you're a new player and you're confused by all this, don't worry. I have more in-depth guides on fishing gear, other fishing methods, and a lot more fishing information. Check out the video in the top corner, and links on everything fishing will be down in the description below. Jumping back into what you'll need is the buff foods. Despite popular beliefs, the Royal Workshop is important to fishing. Not only does the Royal Workshop have some of the best buff foods for fishing, but it can also help level trading to increase the bargain bonusing when trading in fish. So the first food we'll need from the workshop is going to be the red grade Yalja Tang, which will increase the mastery by 500, or the yellow grade Jiel Gulpan, which will increase mastery by 300. I'm pretty sure I pronounced all that wrong. The next set of foods is the mystical herbal medicine that adds 50 energy to your energy recovery, or the lesser mellow herbal medicine that adds plus 25 to energy recovery. These foods can either be gathered using the workshops. The yellow grades can also be bought using the Morning Glory tokens from the workshops, or all of these can be bought off the central market if you're lucky. Other fishing buffs can also be used alongside the Royal Workshop buffs if you're unable to get your hands on any, but the goal is to hit the mastery cap or at least close to it. After everything is set up and ready, now it's time for this new fishing method. I know, no one likes to active fish with having AFK fishing being so much easier to set up and walk away from, but with active fishing, if you're good with the minigame, you can cut the time it takes to fill the fish tank by half or more depending on your luck. Before you fish, using the Turning Gates buff from the Valencia Villas or the Nefart tent will increase our energy recovery while fishing. Next, popping the Yalja Tang or the Gal Japan will increase your mastery, and depending on your mastery, if you still need more, other buffs like the Florin or Gia Van Grolen scrolls with any event buffs can be used while active fishing to increase the odds of catching those red grade fish. As for fishing, I like to start with either the triple float rod or the Grandpa Kron's rod using full energy to increase the chances of catching up to 4 max fish until you eventually run out of energy. The more max energy you have, the longer you can active fish. And if you don't have the Kron or triple float rods, the Medea rod or the Etheria rod can be used instead. I highly recommend making the 100 slot fish tank to increase the amount of fish that you can store and the money you can make, but it is a pay to win item that can only be bought from the Pearl Shop. Don't worry about spending money though, the 50 slot fish tank can still be used, just the time you can fish will be limited. Once you hit 0 energy and still don't have enough fish, we can pop one of the herbal medicines to increase the energy recovery for 2 hours. Depending on how much energy you have depends on how long it will take your energy to recover. This is where we can go back to active fishing using no energy, which will reduce the chances of catching an extra fish, but gives us a chance to fill the tank while waiting for our energy to recover fully. Keep in mind, this whole method can be done easier using the Grandpa Cron's rod and a full durability setup, since it can do all the AFK and active triple float fishing without needing to switch a thing, but it was a limited time pearl item that can't be repaired. Once your tank is full, we can now take a look at how to increase the money we can make. Increasing the money we can make when turning in the fish comes with choosing the furthest trade manager for the higher distance bonus. One way to figure out which trade manager is to check a trade distance calculator like the Trade Distance Calculator Google Sheet, where you can choose where you're fishing from and check to see which trade manager would be the best choice without having to run there. A link can be found in the fish data sheet, or I'll leave a link down below for those who still need it. And warning, the more players that trade in the fish to a trade manager, the less money the fish are valued at. Next, we'll have to take into account of our trade level. The higher you're trading, the more money you can make with bargaining on top of the distance bonus. If you're still struggling to get master or higher trading, a couple easy ways is to just trade in those green or blue grade fish, trade crates, or the Royal Workshop can help level trading faster while you fish. Time is money when it comes to fishing, so using the archaeologist map and the lesser blue grade map will speed up things, but if you don't have the treasure map or any blue grade maps, sailing back to port will have to do. For those who do have both maps, popping the yellow grade map to the nearest town on the mainland like Velio or even Aquala's Eye has a well nearby that you can run to and teleport. If a well takes you to a place still below the 150% distance cap, popping the blue map will take you to, say, Buckpo for those trading in Seoul or Arahaza for those trading in Valencia. Then, after trading in those fish, the yellow map's teleport can be hit and it's back to the boat to continue fishing. Unfortunately, this can only be done every 6 hours, but at least we can still fish in between the cooldowns. I hope this helps you figure out if active fishing is right for you, and while I don't suggest active fishing at Velia Beach, with it being a perfect place to AFK fish, places like Afaria Sea can make at least $1 billion if you're active fishing, or more without needing to try fishing at Tiger's Island for the Migaloo if you're lucky. This was just after a 4-hour active fishing session buffed, not a normal 8 to 16 hour AFK session unbuffed. You can make a lot more if you choose to fish for longer sessions in spots that have the 3 red grade fish and one of the newer ones as a bonus. And again, I know a lot of people hate active fishing and prefer to AFK fish. This active fishing method I've been using works for me, and I thought it'd be a fun way to show you how I've been searching for the titles or just making the money. And remember, the whole entire method can be done using the lowest gear and no buffs to the best in slot that can't be enhanced anymore. The only thing that you'll have to keep in mind is if you're just getting started, it will be harder to catch any of the red grade fish than those with the higher gear. Just keep fishing and enhancing to get the higher mastery to increase your odds of catching the prize grade fish, and if you're lucky, you might be able to come back with at least $1 bill or more for an active fishing session, depending on where you choose, of course. If you enjoyed this and found it helpful, leave a like. It helps the channel grow and it shows me how much you guys actually enjoy these fishing videos. If you want to see more Black Desert content, check out the channel for anything life scaling. And with all of that out of the way, it's back to fishing for those titles and searching for new spots to spotlight. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep fishing out there, everyone.